Wow, very tense.
Yes, we're well on the blowdown.
Very tense. We're waiting.
And we're tracking here in the broadcast booth. The clock has reached the expected.
May take a minute for comms to reestablish standby.
May take it a minute.
Mission director beating us to it. We've reached the expected time of landing, but now is the process of waiting for comms, and we are in standby mode, as you heard it from the mission director, Dr. Tim Crane.
Everybody's waiting.
And 1 minute has elapsed from the notes that we have, Gary, of that original burn starting at PDI.
And you have carrier lock.
That's MD asking if we are getting the ground stations locked on to Nova C.
What's going on? What's happening?
That carrier lock call, Gary, we expect that to come from GroundNet or COM, that conversation possibly not happening on our public channel that we have access to. We're just standing by to hear that come through the channels as we approach almost 2 minutes since we estimated the landing time. We did get a few call outs on the side, folks coming into the room saying there was about a 2-minute forgiveness in our timetables.
We're checking our antenna reception.
Is this bad that they haven't heard anything yet?
Antenna reception.
Is it bad we haven't heard anything yet? One of our viewers said no news is bad news. Well, we'll see. Still nothing. Still nothing.
And we're standing by, Gary. We're standing by just as we approach 5:26 p.m. Central Standard Time. Given those mission directors' notes of the flexibility between what we were tracking, what we were given was just about 5:24.
All stations, this is MD. Please look back through your logs and confirm the last information you had, and we'll determine this is a comm outage.
Maybe a comm outage.
These are our notes here of what we believed. We talked about the comm outages with the lander making autonomous decisions. This is the process of going through the last bit of data that came into Nova Control and working to verify, okay, this is the last bit of data. Where was the lander possibly going? How do we look for it and establish those communications? Nova C uses 4 antennas placed at the top of the lander that are designed to capture these communications, but we did expect this. We talked about it, that this is a communications challenge in it of itself, and right now we're standing by to hear that communications call out.
Scott Manley, who's an internet rocket scientist.
More than 3 minutes from the time of when the clock reached 0 for Nova C landing on the moon.
Scott Manley, an internet rocket scientist I follow, who's a popular account on X, says this is taking way too long. I don't think my amateur guess is that it's not good. We haven't heard anything. It's been several minutes now. So they talked about a possible communications outage.
And we just checked with our team here in the broadcast booth, decided to let's stay on this. All the chatter we are not hearing on this public channel, Gary, all things indicate that we are working to solve a possible communications challenge in this moment. So we're going to continue to stand by.
This is probably not good.
MD Prime on IM1.
Go for Prime.
Yeah, I guess you polled the room looking for states, and we're going to go ahead and cycle the ground transmitter on Goonhilly and do some RF sweeps. Is that your plan?
That's correct.
Roger, copy.
And that's just what we had in mind in our notes, Gary, is that if we encounter a communications challenge, we mentioned how difficult it is to land on the moon and continually have those communications. What you just heard there is folks talking about using the Goonhilly Earth Station Limited dish in the UK to do a sweep looking for that signal. We mentioned that autonomous process of the lander reassigning itself somewhere that it believes is safe. Going into it, we heard that the
All right, welcome everybody. That is the US trying to land their little spaceship on the moon at the southern end, and of course they're trying to wait for get confirmation that the spaceship has actually landed. So that was pretty much live. It was landing at the beginning there when we put it on live stream. So pretty cool. Excited about that. 50 years, of course, since the Americans have landed on there. And having a spaceship there going is pretty exciting with all the latest new tech on it as well. But has it actually landed? They're having a communications issues there, and we'll see what happens in due course. Anyway, welcome. Is that a glorious sign? Someone said that, didn't they? Someone said, what was it here? Moon landing will cause the Pulsechain pump. I like that. That is definitely the case. I think that looks good. Anyway, welcome. Pulsechain on the path to glorious pump. Moon landings, all that good stuff. It's got to be pretty bullish signs, right? We got Lies Beneath the Truth in the house there. Hello, how are you today? Very good. Let me know if the audio is going well in the chat there as well. Hex, PLS, PLXX, incentive for the win, 100%. The gold and cryptos for the glorious pump, that's for sure. And J-Man in the house there. Let's go. Good to see you, J-Man. We also got Sandy Beach there as well. Where's Sandy Beach there? Hello, Hex Token and everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. And Sandy Beach has got her day 22 challenge for the press up challenge there. So get involved with that. That is the link there to Sandy Beach. So go for gold. Go for gold. What else we got going? Let's have a look here. We got a Trooper Dev in the house there. Yo. Good to see you, Trooper Dev. Welcome to the chat. Moon time. Definitely moon time. It was a great way to start, of course. We'll have to find out after the live stream whether they actually landed or not. So sometimes that can take quite a while for them to confirm. Once they went to the ground station base and they were going to use that, I thought, oh, this could be another 10 minutes at least, right, before they find out. What else there? Sandy says, is this real? Yes, that it was real. So that either, or they're going to be, if they're not landing on the moon, they were landing on somewhere in the Nevada desert, right? So that's the other one there for you guys that like that theory. What else we got going? Let's jump to some of these. Wires aren't long enough, says check my pulse. That is true. That is true. It's unplugged, yeah, for sure. What else? I check my pulse is we've never had wireless that got that long, especially in the 969. I had wires and everything. 20-inch card on my redialed dial phone in the kitchen, and to have privacy. That's pretty funny. AT&T had an outage today. Probably not surprising there either. All right, let's get into it, folks, shall we? Let's get into the stock market results. We've got some pretty amazing results today out of the stock market. Let's bring that on. Let me just change the view here and present something else. Let's go. Pretty exciting, though. Moon landing. You can't, it's not every day you're doing that. It's at 50 years. That's pretty crazy. All right. Let me just get into the top of there. We're going to go to the results for the stock market. Amazing results today. I mean, look at that. Stock market today. S&P 500 in record close as Nevada rally keeps the bulls going in control. Now, we got the Dow Jones is up 1.2% almost, 456 points, amazing. 39,000 there on the old Dow Jones. Let's have a look on the max chart. You can see on the max chart there right at the top there. Look at that history in the making. S&P 500 up 2.1%, 105 points. Can you believe it? To 5,087. This is incredible. Look at that chart. All-time highs. We're watching history. Not only are we watching a spaceship land on the moon, but we're also watching the stock market just go to all-time highs. We're pretty incredible. NASDAQ there almost up 3%. Astonishing. 460 points to 16,041. Wow. Crazy stuff happening on the stock market there. The US dollar is down slightly, 103.87. Let's go to the commodities. Commodities there at the moment. West Texas is at $78.34. Brent oil at $83.42. Bit of mixed results there. Gold is at $2,034. That's pretty much flat. And silver there at $22.77. Pretty much flat as well. So those are the commodities at the moment. And of course, we had a little bit of news around the treasury yields. Treasury yields rise on signs that of a strong labor market. Treasury yields were sharply higher following fresh signs of strength in the labor market. A number of American filings, new claims for unemployment benefits unexpectedly fell last week. Surprise, surprise. The data added fresh doubt on the sooner rather than later rate cuts from the Fed, and came just a day after the Fed minutes reinforced the central bank's stance on keeping interest rates elevated in the near term. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Philip Jefferson said Thursday he was cautiously optimistic in the Fed's ability to rein in inflation back down to its 2% target. If the economy evolves broadly as expected, it will be likely be appropriate to begin dialing back our policy restraint later this year. And of course, we're picking June, right? Picking June here. Elsewhere on the economic front, manufacturing activity picked up the pace in February, but services slowed. So there we go. Services have been where a lot of the trouble has been as well in inflation. All right, so that is the markets today. Let's get into the crypto market. Crypto is also doing pretty well. Bitcoin at 51,369, down 0.5%. The dominance of Bitcoin is at 50.31%. Ethereum, though, continues to stay pretty good there. 2,981, up 1.15% there. And BNB, which was a bit of an outstanding performer yesterday, is up 1.86% at $382. I guess that $400 target is on its back there. We got Matic is up today, though. Matic's the star, up 5.7% at 99.6 cents on the old Polygon. Those are kind of the highlights there at the moment. Let's get into Bitcoin chart itself. And you can see that we obviously had a huge rally. We've been consolidating in this range here around the 52,000. And we're currently at $51,030 there. We've had a high of $52,076, a low of $50,905. We're currently at 51,331 there. So it's still in the bottom half of the range, but still looking very good. And of course, as you guys know, we're slowly getting closer to the Bitcoin halving. It is ticking away pretty nicely. Let's have a look how many days. We're counting it down one by one. 54 days. Well, yesterday was 55. 54 days today to go. So really, it's getting fun. We're getting so close. What's going to happen afterwards? What do we do after it's done Bitcoin halving? Well, we hope for a rally, right? Maybe a little dip, maybe, and then a rally. Is that what we want? But we've got the Ethereum ETFs in May, so I guess it's not going to be too bad. Talking about Ethereum, here's the Ethereum chart. And of course, as you guys know, we've got two big pieces of news coming up. We've got the Deacon upgrade on mainnet with Protodank sharding, particularly good for Optimism and Arbitrum. And that is 19 days away, so getting closer and closer and closer. So we're looking for that. And then, of course, we've got the Bitcoin halving on the 17th of April. That's out here. And then, of course, we've got the Ethereum ETFs 23rd of May with maybe a 50-plus chance of that getting approved. I'm pretty bullish. That's sort of 60, 70% chance of that. And that's 90 days away. So 3 months to go for the Ethereum ETFs. So definitely March, April, and May looking very strong for crypto news and bullish for the markets. And we've got an uptrend as well. So we've got the uptrend, we've got the bullish news, and then we get to June. And if we get an interest rate pivot, that's probably going to be pretty good for crypto. Maybe not so good for the stock market. Maybe they might have a bit of a correction there. That's a question mark there. And then, of course, we get into the second half of the year. What's going to happen then? Well, hopefully more money floods through those ETFs, I guess, and we get a good outcome for the US election in November. So that's kind of the play. That is Ethereum, and that brings us into Pulsechain. Before we get into that, though, let's catch up in the chat, see if anyone else has jumped in here. Who else is here? We got Blair SM in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Blair. We got Archie as well. Hi, Archie. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Who else there? And Feel My Pulse says ZKZX privacy is worth the gamble. Well, we're talking about them today. So you've come for the right day for that. We're going to be talking about that project. If you guys can like and repost my tweets, I appreciate it so much. There's Sandy Beach. So if you guys want to do that, it'd be very helpful. That is the link there. Go and help Sandy out with that and get involved. It's probably really important. Be healthy in your crypto, as we say. All right, let's get back into it. Bam. And day 286 on Pulsechain. We got Pulse there at 000131, down 1%, 31% of sacrifice price at the moment. And we got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0495. That is currently only 49.5%, so basically half of the mean sacrifice price. And then that is down 2.1%. The buy and burn, though, is slowly climbing. 707.2 billion. PulseX has been bought up and burned 3.46%, which is pretty amazing. of the public supply. So 3.46% is gone forever. The incentive token there is down 2%. The ratio is holding up pretty nicely though, 23,000 pulse per incentive, right in the middle of that resistance zone or channel as we've been talking about. So it's ticking away. And of course, how many in supply? We have 24.668 million incentive tokens in existence. There we go. PHEX at the moment, 1.56 cents, down 2% as well. And EHEX there at 91 hundredth of a penny. So the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.47 cents, so just below 2.5 cents combined. As you guys know, we are waiting for that 3-cent mark. Now let's go into the charts quickly. Have a look at those. At the moment, you can see the chart for itself. Pretty short range today. We've got about 20 minutes left in this daily candle. And of course, let's have a look at the RSI. You guys know we've been following that pretty keenly. The RSI is really cooled off here down at 50. So nice bounce off 50. Are we going to get that? Happens quite often. Let's see if we get that on the 50. And we get another move to the I side because that chart's looking pretty juicy, isn't it? Looking pretty good indeed. We haven't got quite a signal here on the MACD yet, though. But you're looking for a turn in the MACD, something like this. Looking for a turn here, a bit of change in color as well. We'll keep an eye out on that maybe tomorrow, eh? Let's see how we go. Lots of projects to launch on Pulsechain, of course. A huge backlog of projects are due to launch on Pulsechain. So we'll be watching that out for that. Pulsex at the moment, as you see, pretty tight price range as well at the bottom there. RSI, pretty chill as well, around 50. So both Pulse and Pulsex are both around 50 there. Plenty of room for move higher. And of course, the lower it goes, the more the room to move, right? That's pretty much it. We are waiting for Power City Earn protocol. So we're keeping a lookout for that. All right. Incentive token there at the moment, $3.03. Pulse ratio, as we say, is what is that in this range? See this range we're talking about? We've got the bottom here, 21,000, 300, something like that, and maybe 24,000 at the top. And we're kind of near the top of that range at the moment, waiting for another breakout to the upside on the old incentive token. All right, PHEX at the moment, obviously been weakened off here. We had this bearish cross, not a great sign, bearish cross here at the moment, but we do have support down here at the 50 Fibonacci at 1.4 cents. That is the support line. You can see we've sort of tapped it several times here, and we have a bearish cross. So are we going to go down at 1.4 cents? We're certainly pretty down on the RSI, so good charts. We could have a reversion here to the upside. This could be a little short fake out. Let's see this little fake out here. There's a bearish cross here, fake out, and then we got a bullish cross just after it 2 days later. So this could be one of those little 2-day fake outs there. So we won't call too much into that. The RSI on PHEX though down at 45. Man, that's even better for an upside swing. The trend is down on the RSI and the MACD there. We haven't quite got our signal turn yet. So once again, we're looking for something like this. A bit of change in the light pink. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Maybe another day. Let's see how we go. We'll get a nice little green date here. That'd be pretty cool. So the day we're about to start in 20 minutes. That is PHEX. EHEX, of course, is at 91 hundredths of a penny. On the weaker side, this definitely got a few more challenges than the PHEX side, but with the small liquidity, easy to move to the upside. That being said, of course, we've got BankX, right? And of course, BankX added another 300 million hex there, so it's got something like 650 million hex in between the ranges of 1.1 cent and I think 3.1 cents, something like that. And so that's a lot of buying. You have to go through, what's that, $10 million or something? I don't know, something in that ballpark. Plus or minus a couple million, but that's definitely a bit of a challenge. So we'll see how we go. Some people are saying bullish, right? But you still got to get someone to buy it, right? So we'll see what happens there. It's better to get it sold cheaper than expensive, of course. So we all agree with that. The cheaper, the better. But still a lot of money. We'll see how it goes. The market will decide. There we go. That is kind of where we are on EHEX. There we go. I think that's it. What's the RSI? Let's quickly check that. RSI on EHEX there at 50. So PHEX has really got the big move, 45 on the RSI. It's got the best looking RSI at the moment, doesn't it? And of course the MACD here, waiting for a bullish turn as well. So let's see how we go. And of course all that resistance from 1.1 cent all the way up to 3 cents. And of course, that's old BankX there. The one that you can decide what you think of it, but dog's breakfast, let's put it that way. All right, so that is EHEX. Let's go to the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. Is at 2.477 cents. We've got resistance at 3 cents. That's what we want to break. But of course, with the EHEX side there, it's got the challenges of eating through that sell wall. So there we go. Right, but once it goes, it's going to go. And once we get through all that, especially after 3 cents, right, on the EX, it's going to be game on over there. But PX can do its thing. All right, so that's kind of the news there. Let's go to some of the other stuff. Validators quickly. Let's go to validators and have a quick look at that. Validators at the moment on Pulsechain, 52,555, looking pretty good. 1.68 trillion off the market. Gas prices quickly. Let's do that. We're doing a speed race through here. Yeah, gas prices have come down. Hey, Pulsechain gas prices have come down today, and Ethereum prices are through the roof. Just before the live stream, I saw it at 108 Gwei on Ethereum. That's just really crazy stuff. That's nothing compared to bull market, right? Go really, really insane, but pretty crazy stuff. 283,000 beats, 1 cent for a Pulsex swap at the moment, 800th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. Pulsechain, super cheap to do business on Pulsechain. We're almost 6,000 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment, 75 Gwei. And it is almost $80 to do a swap on Uniswap. That's crazy. So you got $80. You want to pay $80 on Uniswap, or do you want to pay 1 cent on Pulsechain? You decide. And of course, the cool thing about most of the protocols on Pulsechain that are launching, that they have compounding and they have profit sharing. So many of them are so good for making money, right? So there we go. And cheaply and fastly. It's kind of cool. All right, so looking pretty good there. Let's go to the bridge and see how we're doing there. Okay, we're down a little bit from yesterday. So we're at 138.9 million. We were over 139 yesterday. And of course, a couple of days back, we're up at about 144.5 or something like that. So we have lost a bit of capital flow. But of course, EHEX has been a big driver of that too. EHEX has included, the rest of it is like stablecoin and stuff. So EHEX is playing its part in that reduction too. USDL is looking pretty strong. Now, internally generated stablecoins, 32.7 million almost on that. And of course, we're waiting for Power City Earn Protocol with PXDC, our third stablecoin, waiting for that. And we're going to be bullish about it, right? Let's see. All right, let's quickly look at some of the transactions as well, activity. Obviously, we had a big, nice bump in activity the other day. That's obviously tapered off now, back down to 250,000 transactions a day. Be pretty nice to get up to that million mark, though, right? That's kind of where we were the other day. That'd be very, very handsome. And I think, do you remember when Polygon had all the bot attacks and then it changed the Gwei, moved to the upside? Well, then they got rid of millions of transactions of bot transactions, and I think it was up at 6 million, and then it came down to about 2 million or so. I think Ethereum at the time was doing about 1 million transactions when I remember that phase. So pretty interesting. All right, that is pretty much it for Pulsechain for day 286. We're going to be starting day 287, of course. Let's get into the other chart types. Top PRC 20s. Let's have a look at that. Everything's pretty much red, obviously, with this little bit of a pullback consolidation going on. The one standout at the moment, or really that PP is just too small. That's pretty much it. We will jump through all the charts here on the PRC 20s, but there are a lot of opportunities in there with the pullback, right? So you can go check some of those out. All right, let's go to the next category: meme coins and influencer coins. At the moment, we got Blaster is up 1.3% there. Mega is up 38, so there is a standout there. Mega is the standout today. Look at that pump on the daily for Mega and make Ethereum great again. That is on the upside there. Nice little breakout to the upside. 9 zeros, 5,189 at the moment, so not too bad. 38% on that one. Not sure if there's any news or anything else around that, but that is what's happening here. Let's see. Axis Alive down 1%. Note token from Randy down 2.6%. Hex Orange Address up 1.23%. Paul Pleb from Hexy Bastard down 3% there. Duck, which has been doing pretty well lately, is down 12%. What else there? Ben from Ben Armstrong, aka version 1 Ben. He's going to be bringing version 2 over, as you guys know. That is down 1%. He will be at the Pulsechain tour amongst a lot of influencers over there, so that's something you can look forward to. And of course, the more token there from Trayvon, down 5.7%. So it's a lot of the influencer tokens are down. Pepperlorian, however, is up 5%. Trump token there, the Donald Trump one there, is down 25%, not winning there on small liquidity. But there's lots of those sort of tokens up and around. Let's get to our main event, which is the Pulsechain projects. Let's have a look at some of these. Wow, Party token is down 16% after the big rally. Is currently at 4.7 cents. As you guys know, this got launched by a dip catcher in the Maximus team only a couple of days ago. Look at that. Got all the way up to was it 10 cents? Was it? No, 9.879 cents. So it didn't quite make 10 cents. And then it's all the way back down now to 4.7 cents now on the old Party token. And remember the first day, I think it was, they had 1.5 million hex through the staking pools through that protocol too. We'll probably check out for an update that in a couple of days, maybe after a week, see how that's going. But that is, Hex staking pools through Party Token. Pretty cool. We'll see. Obviously, it needs more and more fees generated, right, to add to the party benefit there in the price. So you can think about that before purchasing and things like that. What else we got going? BBC token is down at 7.8 cents for a 9-inch, but it's up 6.7%. So it's actually got a bit of a gain today at 7.8 cents. Was at 10.7 cents a couple of days ago, but still holding up pretty well there for the incentive token for 9-inch. What else is interesting? ZX, the big tornado cash, is down 18%. And partly that may be due to the fact that they're going to be airdropping stuff. They just launched this new product, right? So they just launched ZK 404. So you guys know we've been covering the PRC 404 contracts since Dipcatcher launched the Gophers. And of course, we've had other teams launching their own 404 contracts. And here we are, ZK 404 is now live. So this is by the Tornado Cash team. Own the ZKZX.cash source code on Liquid JPEG form, and that is the contract address 7432, and that has launched. So we're going to talk about that. Supply is going to be 10,000 fixed. Own at least one token to mint a ZK404. In other words, whatever the price is, you have to buy at least one unit. And of course, you have to use a slippage fee there. I don't know what it's going to be at the moment. They suggested 3% at this time. ZKZX holders will receive a portion of the supply via airdrop over the coming days there. So there we go. If you're a ZKZX holder, you should receive a portion of the supply via airdrop over the coming days. Some PRC 404s. More details to be announced. And I'm not sure if they've announced those yet, but that is the play there. So maybe this might get a bit of an uplift, maybe because adding potentially new players. Well, this here, maybe, but it's not really pricing it at the moment. So it's actually down 18% there. Is that intuitive? I don't know. You decide. So that is ZKZX, which is down 18%. Now let's quickly jump to the 404s, which is where this has been launched. And you can see the ZK404 token performance there. It rallied pretty hard, got all the way up to $82.50 OMG, and of course came all the way down after that. This is on the hourly chart, by the way, all the way down on the hourly chart, all the way down to $29.88. So pretty big volatility if you bought up here at $80 and then it goes all the way down to $30, hashtag wrecked. But it has bounced back all the way up here to $60.31 at the moment. So there we are. That's where the price is at the moment on this. So it's still in the first days, you can tell. So there's only the hourly charts. And so it pretty much launched how many hours ago? Around about 20 hours ago. So almost a full day, 4 hours to go. Currently at $60. So there we go. That is from the Tornado Cash team there, ZK404. All right, so that is kind of pretty interesting. You can see that Gophers at the moment is at $988. That's pretty chilling there. Back bounced off $850, back up at $988 there for the Gophers. And of course, Dipcats are doing a lot of stuff around that. All right, so that is some of the action there with the PRC 404s as well. Let's go back into the Pulsechain projects and see what else is going on. Where else would we get up to there? So yeah, ZKZX is down 18%, even though they're going to get airdrops of that 404. So pretty interesting that's down so much. People are not really valuing that. It's kind of weird, especially when it's even at $60 again. What else is down? Everything else is pretty much down. So there's lots of bargain hunting. You can go bargain hunting with some of these, particularly some of the blue chips. Thinking of Liquid Loans, Watt Token, things like that. Time Token, that's pretty flat today. So Time Token is pretty elevated, but Mintra is down 7%. Texans down 5% there, so there's definitely some opportunities to pick up some things on the pullback. The new DEX there, DEX is down 20%. So one of the new DEXs, DEX there is down 20%. So that's maybe something for consideration on their sort of new, unique DEX offering there. What else is interesting? Let's have a go further down. Communist down 12% at the moment. Let's have a look at Communist, see how that's operating. Yeah, look at that. It's been pretty amazing, isn't it? Communist there, related to Hex, of course. Hex airdrops and Hex claims, isn't it? A bit like Hedron, is it? And of course, there we are. We've got to a high of 10 zeros, 8,500. Now at 10 zeros, 46684 there. So it's down quite a bit from that high. How far down is that? That is down. Oh, it's actually not showing me the chart. But that is down quite a bit there. I don't know why it doesn't show me the percentages. I think it's the number of zeros has trouble calibrating or something. Right, so that is that on the projects. Did I get through them all? I can't remember if I did. Let's quickly have a look at down the end here. We're getting down into the small liquidity pool, so it gets a little bit nonsense once you get down there. Yeah, seed token up 25%, but only 541 liquidity there. So I think that's a lot of the charts. Let me just see. Have we checked out everything here? Let's go through some of these. Shall we have a quick look at Zen? Let's have a quick look at Zen and see how that's going. Let's go have a look at Zen on Pulsechain. The Grays currency, many of you may know about that, but that's up 10%. This chart, man, it's unrelenting, isn't it? Look at this chart from the Grays. PTGC. Look at that thing. It just is unrelenting. Wow. These guys know how to dow themselves to glory. And that is it from PGGC. It's up and away. So definitely a standout there. What else is looking pretty strong? I'm looking for PZN. Okay, PZN's on a big pullback at the moment after having such a big rally too. And of course, we're waiting for the X1 chain, aren't we? That is the big exciting thing there. And the Burn website. Those are the two big milestones for X1, the Burn website and with the monthly party burns. And of course, everyone's after the XN coin for the X1 chain. And that is coming up. Now, X1 is going to have a lot of things in it. It's going to have artificial intelligence. We talked about that yesterday on Pulsechain. It's going to have I've just forgotten the name. Igen layer, I think it is. So lots of staking. Dual token, remember, XNN as well. And of course, the proof of work, proof of stake is going to be pretty incredible. And lots of other features there, rewarding development teams to build and things like that. So there's lots of feature stuff happening for X1. So that's going to turn this Zen chart into pretty glorious as well, I imagine, by that time. But at the moment, it is pulling back from its big upside rally. Boy, really starting to break that upward channel. And I guess it's got a bit of price support at 1,500, but it's getting pretty close to that at 1,600 at the moment. So we're watching out for that big pullback at the moment on the old PZN. So that's kind of some of the stuff there. What else are we going to look at? Anything else? So look at stable coins are stable, so we won't look too much at those. What else was going to have look at there? No, we're going to go to let's go to the 9-inch. Have a quick look at 9-inch. As you guys can see, we talked about that earlier. Incentive token there at 7.8 cents. The 9-inch token itself is sitting at 4/0/1373. As you guys know, 9-inch is one of the top TVL projects on Pulsechain. Let's go to what else we're going to look here. I was going to look at something else. TRH. We're waiting for TRH. It's not coming out to early April, but at the moment, seed is up 25% on small liquidity, $541. Holy is up 7% at 2,500. Remember, that's had a big pullback the other day where a whale dumped on all of these. So definitely opportunities to pick that up before the early April if you're a believer. And the TRH before, it's going to be a pretty big upgrade there. All right, I think we've covered all that. Yeah, I think that's it. I haven't been covering Hedron on that much lately. I probably need to start doing that. Those on the perpetuals. Everything's pretty much down on those too. You can see that's on the Hedrons, Lycosa and things. But they have been performing pretty well. The Hedron and Lycosa too. All right, where else are we going? I think that was it. I just want to have a quick look at the Pulsechain total volume at the moment. Let's have a look at that. Pulsechain total volume, according to Dick Screener, is 17 million today. So definitely on the lower side. We had been getting up to 30-40 million plus, and which is kind of cool, but down at 70 million today. We definitely had some new DEXs, right? Dextop is out there. That's new. What else is anything else new? Yeah, pretty much Dextop. But there is another one out there. I just forgotten the name of it that may have launched as well. We'll try and cover that maybe tomorrow. But Dextop is definitely up there. You can click on that and you'll find all the pairs on that DEX. Currently, it says it's got It's got $20,000 in volume at the moment. That's relatively new too. All right, that's pretty much it. In fact, let's have a go through some of these. We've got Pulsex saying it's got 13.6 million volume. 9MM saying it's got 1.1 million volume. SparkSwap saying it's got 1.1 million volume. 9-inch with $500,000 in volume. Uniswap it's saying 587 or however that is. Dextop there at 20k. Pulse rate at 1.2 thousand. Sushi Swap it's saying 303, whatever that is. Easy Swap $209. So there we are. A bit of interesting numbers there. Obviously, you need to double check a lot of them, but there we go. That is it on the projects. That's going to lead us into Hex, of course. We've got some cool updates for Hex today. Before we get into that, though, let's get into the chat. we're only not even at the end of the day, but we're going to talk about some of the Pulsechain results because they hadn't been pulled in, but they're now pulled in. We've got the data for the Pulsechain on Hex, so we'll go talk about that. Let's see who else is here. Check my pulses, but we're still way early on RH financial vision. Absolutely. You know, Pulsechain is on the path to the glorious pump, and we're sitting, even with a little pullback today and a little opportunity to pick up volume, we're actually looking really good on the charts, and the RSI is cooling off very nicely, and we've got so much bullish news in the next couple of months. It is really looking really good for the glorious pump. Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. I think we said hello to Blair earlier, but we'll jump that again. J-Man in the house there. Hi, everybody. Good to see you, J-Man. Check my pulse says, never felt like the right place earlier in my 55 years, says Check my pulse. QQ in the house there. Hey, QQ. Bluetooth is awesome. And amazing tech, says QQ. We've got Wookie in the house there. Hey, it's Big Wookie. Good to see you, Wookie, as well. Check my pulse says, take daily flack from family and friends since the bottom, but always faith in delayed gratification. Continue my personal growth. Always appreciate RH lessons. The open-minded will prevail, says Check my pulse. Very wise words there as well. Point Blake says PLSP holders always win. Yeah, I mean, that chart's been performing very well for PulseBot. You know, I'm a big fan of Jacob's ecosystem, and I cover all of his projects. But yeah, PulseBot doing really, really well. World's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. Oh, that's the one story I was going to talk about was PulseBot. So let's go do that before I get into Hex, because we've actually got a while to go. Anyway, let's go have a look at that. All right, so let's pull it up while we're here. We'll pull that back up from Point Blank. All right, so this is PulseBot, okay, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. In fact, I'm going to change the view on this. So let's change the view, and let me move to that view. How about that? All right, so up here, you'll see a new thing. We talked about this briefly yesterday, but it's actually operational now. Yesterday, we were just talking about it coming online. It is the Karate IFC 44 challenge, and it has 5 fights listed on here. And Ben Armstrong versus Morelight are up there. So Ben Armstrong will be fighting, apparently. I mean, he's a pretty, you know, sort of sizable guy. And looks like this other guy's fighting Morelight here. It's pretty fit with abs and everything else going on. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight. Anyway, the odds have changed completely, but you can actually get involved on this right now. I'm going to post the link if you guys want to go and bet on this. Now, I generally, promote gambling at all, but you know, every so often a bit of a punt on a sports bet. Now, this is kind of a teaser for sports betting, right? So you can check this out. Karate, it's called. There's the link, and there's a teaser for sports betting that will be coming down the pipeline later on. So that is the link if you want to go bet on Ben Armstrong or his opponent or any of the other 4 fights that are listed. You can go do that. And you can see it, 1.5 versus the 3 odds there. And of course, here's the money. How much we got in here? This has changed completely. When I first saw it yesterday, when I first came up there, Morelight was had so much money bet on it, way more than Ben Armstrong, but that's flipped over. So a lot of people were there backing Ben Armstrong. 23 players backing with almost $1,900 US versus Morelight with 20 players at $933 there. So that is the payoff there. You can read the documents and everything else. What else? Yeah, pretty cool. Little images of Ben Armstrong versus you can place your bet here as well. And you have to connect your wallet to do that. Read the instructions, that sort of stuff. You got lots of comments on the right-hand side there as well. You can always get into the comments too. All right, there are other fights though. You can see this fight here. Crypto Crow versus Moon Daddy. I don't know any of these people, by the way. But we also got the next fight is the Dreamer versus Phil Russell. And then, of course, the second fight is Adams Charles versus Keith Berry. Adams got a styly hat there, isn't he, and the gloves. What's he got on his bow tie on his says Adam has. And then, of course, fight number 1 is going to be Crypto Grady versus Grimace. Both of them are pretty big fellas. They're pretty big fellas. So it's going to be a pretty interesting fight there. But of course, the most entertaining one was got to be the Ben Armstrong, right? It's going to be pretty entertaining. AKA Bit Boy. It's going to be fun to see. At the moment, that's got where all the money is, but there's some pretty decent money on the other bets. But so you can go and participate in that if you so choose. Bit of fun, really. And the bets close in one day, 23 hours and 56 minutes. How about that? So you're going to be in quick for those ones. That's a bit of a teaser for sports betting that will be coming to PulseBot later on, maybe in a month or 2 is my guess, once the Future Oracle comes up. All right, did you guys like that? That was a bit of fun. All right, let's go back up here and see who else has jumped in the chat. Creepy Coin in the house there. Hello, Lolo. Good to see a Creepy Coin. Point Block says Pulsepot has the first sports betting event tomorrow with Ben Armstrong. Yeah, well, we just covered that. Thanks, Point Blank. Probably should have got up to that comment first before I covered it. Sandy Beach says they did touch down on the lunar surface. Woohoo! That's fantastic news, isn't it? That is so good. So looking good. Is I don't know. Yeah, like they did. So I'm just going through trying to see if I. All right, so they've definitely done that. That is great news. It is real, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, the landing of the moon, 50 years. So pretty cool. The spacecraft there. I think it was Japan that had a failed landing of their spacecraft, which is unfortunate. It takes a lot of money and time and effort and materials and things. Not much for all the shiny new things. Tried some, avoided lots, stuck with DCA and RH stuff. Feel confident, says Check My Pulse. Very wise words there. Check My Pulse is not a maxi, but I'm a Richard Hart maxi. It's if all built on Hex. Hex is all good. Very wise to do there. QQ says Patias is building some crazy new protocol. Yeah, we covered that yesterday in quite big detail there, QQ. So check out yesterday's video on that one. AI and lots of cool products there. So we are so early. We are definitely early. Pumpkin Owl in the house there. Good to see you, Pumpkin Owl. Archipelago says, or Archipelago says the fights are going to be huge tomorrow. Yeah, that Ben Armstrong there. You can go and play with those with the bets there. That is the link, as I say. Pulsebot Karate. Academy Decimated says evening all. Good to see you. Blair SM as well. Hi again. Good. Welcome to the chat. We got Bobflish King in the house for 2. The Emoji King looking good. Rockets up and to the right. You're absolutely right there. Brendan says Hex to land on the moon next. Yeah. That Pulsechain too. Pulsechain. There's probably a little thing there of Pulsechain on that little spaceship. Pretty bullish as well. All right. Looking good there. Let's go over to the Hex daily stats. If you haven't checked out Hex, of course, let's do it. Oh, let's add that in properly. There we are. That is Hex. Let me change my location here. Bam. There we go. And what's happened to my banners? So amateur today, amateur hour. All right, so there we go. Hex.com. You check it out. You can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain and go and burn it for T-shares and start mining more Hex. Pretty cool. We're going to look for the results now. They won't be out today because we're so early in the live stream. The days just roll over 6 minutes, but the Hex results we won't have out for day 1543. But what I wanted to talk about was the results here for Pulsechain, because we hadn't had those. They've been stuck. I think they've been stuck to what, day 1536 or something like that. You know, we have had some pretty good payouts coming out of Pulsechain. 6.78, 6.79, 6.86, 6.89, 6.7, and 6.8. So the numbers are looking really good, going up all the time. It's so good to be a T-share holder. You can see we also had that big share rate jump on Pulsechain, 28 and 43. Pretty cool. The APYs are looking pretty nice too, 35%. The change in the pools there, see a bit of a decrease in the pools, up, increase, decrease, increase, etc. Sitting at 9,683,000 T-shares on the Hex Pulsechain pool. Kind of cool. What else we had happen there? We've had pretty decent penalties on Pulsechain. Look at that Pulsechain; it just keeps on giving those penalties. So you're earning even more, right? You get 50% of these penalties. Look at that, always over $1 million lately. We had 3.2 million a couple of days ago, 1.8 million yesterday. And of course, there we are at 66 million, the reward pool. That's what all the TCM miners get to share every day. Pretty awesome. Growth numbers have been really good on liquid holders on Pulsechain. You can see all those numbers, even at 133 increase the other day. Some really good growth numbers. Liquid holders, miners, still got a lot of work to do with the miners. We had some decreases in the miners, but the last couple of days, some increases in the miners on Pulsechain. 124,684 miners there. Those people with T-shares mining more Hex. Not bad at all. So the results we're waiting for today, of course, what's day 286. They'll come out a bit later after the live stream. And of course, day 1543, they'll be come out maybe in 20 minutes time. So there we go. We're just too early today. That's just it for Hex. Anyway, you can get in on that game for the karate and have a bit of fun. A lot of people have been playing over here. I know Randy Alaski has been doing game night on Randy Alaski's channel. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. And he's playing with his Nope token as well. That has been one of the coins accepted on a Pulsepot. So Nope token, they're crushing it over there on Pulsepot. And very cool. Now, if you don't want to do the karate thing, you can play the jackpot if you like to play around a little bit there. And of course, they've also got Coin Wars as well. That's been a fun game. You can battle someone else on DeFi, and they've also got Plinko as well. You can battle someone else with Plinko too, which is pretty cool. All right, those are some of the games. Not bad at all. And there is the karate one on at the moment. Limited time only, less than a day to go, so you can get your bets in quick there. Who are you going to back, Ben Armstrong or more like? Let us know. All right. Let's see here. Check My Pulse says, time is the only barrier between dreams and reality. How long can we wait depends on personal circumstances and outcome we all can overcome, says Check My Pulse. You're very, very uplifting statements today, Check My Pulse. Let's hope they don't find their moon bugs. They are very juicy. Yeah, I was just funny. I was making a joke in Discord that they land on the moon and then there's moonling aliens, and they say Earthlings have finally landed on our planet and declared a declaration of war. And then it's all game on. Imagine that. We decide we can all manifest. We control the matrix, says Check My Pulse. We certainly have a big influence with our free will. That's for sure. We get to choose a lot of stuff. All right. You got to be good with your choices, though, right? Got to be good with the choices. That's all we can say. Yeah, stay strong. Yeah, stay strong indeed. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. 46 minutes. It's going to be a short show today. But man, Pulsechain is really gearing up for that glorious pump. We've had a nice little consolidation of that big rally. We had massive gains on PulseX and things like that. And so we've got so many projects coming to launch. It really is going to be fun. We've got all the big crypto news, lots of Pulsechain projects. It really is going to be really cool. We're seeing a lot of new tech, Web3, AI coming to Pulsechain. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks, and new contract formats as well. It's just ramping up, and more and more projects launching. I just saw on Crypto Heartbeat the other day, talking to another person that's going to be building a new project on Pulsechain. So they just keep coming. It is a great place to be. Really, really fun. All right. What else there? Sandy Beach says 44th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, says Sandy Beach. Brendan says we will tell the aliens we come in Pulse. I like that. That is pretty cool. Maybe that was the speech there. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, $5 a day for the Pulsechain Hex Discord. Got all the information, all the cool people, all that big intel there. Get in on that. And if you want to join our strategy club on multiple chains and the best opportunities and get some cool strategies, join the strategy club as well. That is $35 a month. So get on that one. Our next meeting is this weekend, which is pretty cool. All right. I think that's it. Let's play out some cool stuff from Richard Hart, shall we? If you guys love the Magic Carpet ride, you got to get on the Magic Carpet ride. So here is Richard Hart and the Magic Carpet ride, Pulsechain, Hex, and of course PulseX. It's going to look so good. Get on board. The choo-choo train is definitely running, and it's got a long way to go. So take care, everybody. Until next time, catch you tomorrow. And otherwise, I'll see you in Discord. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.